What's up guys, the Angry Ginger here from Geek Central, and today I'm going to be doing a game review on a game called Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell is an online, futuristic, class-based FPS in which you use guns, melee weapons, and grenades, and a variety of special abilities to battle other players in 3 different game modes. The game can be found on Steam and is based off of the anime Ghost in the Shell. I have a relatively strong opinion on this game, so let's get into the review. As I already explained in the intro, Ghost in the Shell is an online first-person shooter. Honestly, it's a bit of a combo between CSGO and Overwatch. It shares many similarities with CSGO, including spray patterns, the overall gun mechanics, and even shares some guns with Counter-Strike, such as the M4. And it's class-based, meaning you can play as different characters with different abilities. Let's talk about that a little more. Okay, so I'm just going to be running through all the characters and their abilities. I'm sorry if I mispronounce their names. It's Japanese. Anime fans, please don't get mad at me. Without any further ado, let's get into it. So, this is Satio. He has Heat Sensor and Skill Sync. What Heat Sensor does is basically allows him to see through walls and basically just see the outlines of enemies through walls. And what Skill Sync is when you get close to him, if you're on his team, you can press E and you can get that ability as well. This is Togusa, I think, Togusa, I don't know. But he has a Seeker drone that will, once he deploys it, it will go to the nearest enemy, blow up the enemy. This is Kusanagi Motoku. She has Thermal Optic Camo and Skill Sync. I've already explained Skill Sync, but what Thermal Optic Camo is, it's something that allows his heat sensor, this guy's heat sensor, can't see her when she has that on. And she goes kind of transparent. You can still see like a distortion, if that makes any sense. Like you can still tell there's something there, but if you're not paying attention, she can easily sneak up on you. This is Patao. He has an arm launcher. That's a rocket that he fires from his arm. It's as simple as that. This is Ishikawa. He has a Cyber Sentry which he can place down, and then when you get close to it, if you're on the enemy team, it'll start killing you until you run away or die. This is Maven. She has a thermal optic barrier, which basically means she can place down like this screen, and then when she goes behind it, you can't see her. The enemy team can't see her, so if you put down a bunch of these, the enemy team won't be able to know like which one anybody's behind. They can still shoot it. They can still see the screen, and they can shoot at it, but it doesn't mean that somebody's behind it, and they won't be able to tell if they got someone. So most of the time, they'll just shoot at it until they think they've done it, but you can still shoot at them, which if you put a couple down, you could easily wreck anyone. This is Paz. He can move really, really fast with Hyper Sprint. He also has Skill Sync. Simple as that. This is Forma. He has Nanogel Armor, which gives him plus 10 health, just like original health, and he regenerates plus 10 regeneration. This is Kuro. Nobody uses him. He has an EMP generator, which basically just immobilizes anybody who comes near it. Nobody uses it. Everybody just uses Ishikawa. Poor Kuro. In Ghost in the Shell, there are 3 separate game modes: Team Deathmatch, Terminal Conquest, and Demolition. Let's talk more about that. Team Deathmatch is simple. The players are split into 2 teams, and you have points which are awarded when you kill an enemy or assist in the killing of an enemy. You're generally getting 100 points per kill, 200 points per ability kill, that's something you did with your ability, like if you killed it with a drone, and 50 points per assist of kill. The first team to 1,000 points wins. In Terminal Conquest, the 2 teams are placed in a battlefield with a bunch of terminals. Once a member from your team gets near a terminal, they start capturing it. When capturing, a progress bar fills up, and when it is full, then you have captured the terminal, and it is time to move on to the next terminal. Whichever team has the most terminals by the end wins. Demolition is a very simple game mode, so I will make this quick. If you have ever played Counter-Strike, then you have played Demolition. In Demolition, there are 2 bomb sites, A and B. The attackers try and plant a bomb in a bomb site and then defend it for 30 seconds. The defenders try to stop this. If the defense defuses the bomb, the defense wins. If the bomb explodes, the attack wins. If time runs out before attack plants the bomb, defense wins. Overall, I love this game. I would only think the game was okay if it wasn't for one simple fact. The game is free. Remember, this game is only in beta, so they might give it a price tag when it fully comes out, but this is a beta review, meaning I am reviewing it how it is now, and now it's free. This is probably the best made free FPS I've ever seen in my life. I recommend getting it now while it is still free. I personally don't believe in review scores, but if I had to number this one, it would be a 10 out of 10. I absolutely love this game.